Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Kakodash, the one to the apostles, bishops, elders, great millstone, the who and teach well. Shalom to all the saints of Akim, pushing truth on faith throughout the four corners of the earth. Why shalom to the one third scattered abroad. Come back at you with another lesson, Lord, willing your desire this lesson be edifying. I'm just going to make a quick lesson straight into the point. Y'all desire, I was watching the movie, Book of Eli the other day. I watched the movie a grip of times, but Lord put on my spirit to watch it again. And beforehand, I was actually watching The Purge, which I got to finish both of them. I watched both of them movies already, but I just wanted to revisit them. But, because those are the times that we coming into. Book of Eli being a pilgrim upon the earth, as well as the Purge, man. Jacob's trouble, all hell, breaking loose. Everything is authorized within that time span of Jacob's trouble. These are the times, that we are coming into. But I'm gonna get a couple, probably like two precepts on a clip, one of my favorite clips of the movie, the Book of Eli, when he was really all, it's all action packed, but dealing with the one where he had went into that bar and they had all them all of them was damn near Edomites, fighting him, but still, still he was protected. And especially when he was outside of the bar, when Esau has wanted, the book, wanted the Bible, from Denzel Eli, and he said no. And then they were shooting, had snipers on the roof. Then you had the right-hand man of Esau, the controller of that town, whatever, put the gun right to him, like probably 1.5 feet from him, and he still missed, Well, if I'm not mistaken, I don't even think, he didn't even shoot at him when he got so close to him, because all of them missed beforehand, man, even when his back turned. Why? Because the Lord was with him. I gotta make it short. Gotta handle the situation. They caught messed up, but it's what the scripture say, common to men. This is Psalms 91 at verse 7. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. That's right, man. Call Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kakodash. As these niggas, it's Edomites too, but niggas is popping fireworks, man, all up in the spirit of worshiping, the image of the beast, coming under the banner of Esau Edom. We coming out of the banner of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man, because we know the times that we coming into, because the Lord done put the spirit upon us, man, to measure out the time diligently in itself, man. And when I see the signs pass, then I shall know this is the same time that the Lord then spoke from the beginning, roughly paraphrasing. We are in a time of celebration, man. Well, we are on the flip side of this kingdom coming down, but not this kingdom continuing, not on this 250 year anniversary. F that, man. We want this place to come down on this damn anniversary, man. That's the mindset and the spirit, to be in. That's the mindset and the spirit that the hopeful elect are in, man. From Elder Apostle Torah, apostles, bishops, and elders on down, man. This is it, man. That's the spirit to be in, man. But like in that movie, the dude, all them guys was shooting. And then even prior scenes, man, Becky tried to set him up, Eli up, with the shopping cart, saying, I need a man help, this and that. And then all them dudes came. You even had a dude with a chainsaw. I forgot if a dude had a gun with that little crew, but still, man. And Jake Blind, man. But as the scriptures say, I can do all things through Hamashiach Yahushua, who strengthens me, man. We got to believe those words first and foremost, talking to myself, man. Can't nothing, take us out of here, man. If the Lord has, you have to be martyred, then, that's your lot, that's a situation. But still, you can be the first one beams up in them chariots, taken in the chariots and given those new bodies, man. But still, really, Esau, Edom didn't really even have a hand on you, man, because it was the Lord's doing, if you fall in that lot, man. But Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, he's protecting us, and he's going to protect us, Lord willing, we be a part of that elect number from any and everything, man, from the pestilences, which it says in the upper verses, man. We know the in totality, the Isabian warheads, man, that what they say, the Norzian pestilence, but you still have different pestilence and plagues, man, different swords, man, that Esau Edom is going to use, man. Famine of the word, man. And that's what Eli had, man. As the scriptures say, store up treasures in heaven with monster rough doeth not corrupt, but thieves do not break through and steal. He had it all memorized in his mind, man. And that's the same thing we're doing today, man. Everything is stored up in our la'ah, man. It's that spiritual bank account that we're storing up. So when all hell do break loose, we ain't looking to and fro. We're not going left and right. We stand west, like he said, man. I gotta go west. We ain't selling out our brothers. We not stopping the mission. How Esau tried to, well, you can just settle here. We give you the women and all that. Nah, he said, basically appreciate it. But nah, man, I have a mission I have to fulfill. I have a duty. I have a purpose that I have to keep walking on, man. Holding his man integrity, like Job. And I'm gonna get this in Psalms 34. But no matter what came his way, and Lord, when I finish the movie, I've watched it plenty of times, but the Lord put on my spirit again to watch it again. No matter what came his way, the Lord protected him. And why? Because he had belief. He believed, man. He believed in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And the Lord, delivering him from all the snares and the traps, man, that came upon him, man. Psalms 34:7. The angel of the Lord encampeth around about them that fear him and delivereth them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. That's right, man. That's right, man. O fear the Lord, ye his saints, for there is no want to them that fear him. The young lions do lack and suffer hunger, but they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. That's right, man. The Lord is gonna, while all hell breaking loose, 2/3 of our people, even our own relatives, your daddy, your mama, your sister, going buck wild crazy, man. The Lord gonna keep you in perfect peace, and that's when that prophecy is going to be fulfilled. Then shall they know that a prophet have been among them, man. While they was bullshitting, worrying about this, passing away in the family from an old age, up in old, elder, in the family. We was worrying about doing the work, man. While they worrying about all the things of this life, just like this firework, the fashion of this world, the fashion of this life, man. We were worried about continuing in this doctrine, man, apostle doctrine. Feeding the sheep, man, not getting distracted about all the affairs of this life, man. And we're going to be rewarded for that. Lord, when we be a part of that number. But the angels, man, they all around us. The Lord have specific angels protecting us, man, when we sleep, when we wake up, when we, the food that we eat, or everything, man. So even though we are in the valley of the shadow of death, the Lord is still, he's still helping us out, man. He's still feeding us. He's still clothing us, man. We don't worry about, oh man, I might not eat today. I don't have no. Nah, man, we don't worry about that, man. You know, like Yahweh Shai said, Lord, he clothed the lilies, you know, of the field, roughly paraphrasing, man, the fowls of the air, you know. So how much more, man, his elect, man, his precious sons, man. To how much more, man, when Esau, Edom come in like a flood, like the scriptures say, I think that's Isaiah, the Lord shall lift that standard up against them, man. But it's going to be receiving spiritual power, just like Eli, man. To have people literally shooting at you, snipers, you know, you in an enclosed building, you know, you just walked in this building, you an outsider, like he say, you're not even from him. You know, so you don't even have the you don't even know the grounds, and you still, you know, slicing and dicing, man. That's the standard being lifted up, man. That's the Lord, you know, putting power, you know, in that individual, putting power in that man, man. And you know, we gonna receive that same power and even more, man. Like Yahweh Shai said, you are gonna do greater miracles than me, roughly paraphrasing, man. You know, so we coming into you know, a dangerous time and things of that nature, but we also coming into the time of deliverance as well, man. Just keep the faith and keep believing, man. Lord willing, you know, we be delivered. Lord willing, be a part of that elect number. But in and off, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahweh, Shabbat, Shemar, Pakadash, the abundance of apostles, bishops, elders, the great millstone, who the rule and teach our shalom to all sense of Akim, pushing truth on faith in all the four corners of the earth. ETF, Baba, Kwan, Shalom.